Hi,
Hello,
I'm Lisa Noyes.
I am Nate Holcomb, and we both work with the Sandy Arts Guild as directors. Lisa works as the director, and I work as music director on shows that Sandy does. And today we wanted to give you a kind of a crash course into how we audition and cast a show.
Yeah.
So, without further ado,
Here we go.
So, if you can't tell already, we're really, really fun. And the biggest thing that we make sure that we do, even through the audition and casting process, and the rehearsal process, and the production process, is we love to have fun.
And put on a good show while we're at it. So.
But mostly fun. Yes. It's easy for both of us to get sidetracked. So during a rehearsal... No, I'm kidding. All right, moving on. We're
auditions.
Yes!
Here we go.
Auditions. Take it away. How do we do auditions?
How do we do auditions? So auditions vary depending on the show. But for the most part, we'll just give you some tips that you can kind of plan on when you're ready to audition for one of our shows. So hopefully the next one coming up. So we always have a group audition, which is basically we have you come in and sing a song of your choice.
With other people in the room.
Yeah, with other people in the room. So it's not just you alone with us in that room. It's you will have an audience. So a few things to plan on for that is just be very prepared. Don't hold your music. Memorize your song.
Yeah.
Be very confident. If you mess up, just pretend you didn't and move on and just be proud of whatever you show us. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So really know your show and acknowledge your ability when you're choosing a piece. So,
Very much so. Yeah. First impressions really are everything. I know that that's a cliche statement in our world, but it really is true. And as directors, Lisa and I are very similar in the fact that we can tell within your introduction, essentially, when you introduce yourselves to us, whether or not you will fit a character in the show and have somewhat made a decision. So, like she said, make sure that you are very prepared and also know your ability and know your show and be confident in both. If we ask you to sing a song in the style of the show, and the show is Your Good Man Charlie Brown, don't come in and belt Defying Gravity. There are a reason that those women...
just never
anything from Wicked. We'll just say, there's a reason that the women on Broadway are paid the amount that they are for singing those songs, and it's because they're the only ones who should legally be allowed to sing them. I'm just saying. So, as much as we all love the music, please make sure that you stick with a song that is stylistically appropriate.
Yes. And also, look for unique songs. Try to find songs that don't come from these popular musicals that we all know. Because there's these fabulous songs that we haven't heard of. And a lot of times we walk away and we say, oh, remember that? Mm-hmm. Remember that song and that person who did that so well? So look for something that will really impress us.
It's very, very true. Because I remember the last show that we auditioned for, I don't know, like 11 out of 10 guys came in and sang Go the Distance, which is a great song, but it also made it hard. Hi, say hi to Maggie. But it also made it hard for us to remember you, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, not to be mean or rude, but when you all come in looking the same, singing the same, it's challenging. So look for lesser known songs. Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, so sometimes at our initial auditions, we have dance auditions. Sometimes we don't. But whatever they ask you to be prepared for, just be prepared, be confident, and walk away knowing that you just did the best that you can. And sometimes we all have bad days, and sometimes just screw it up. And, just laugh it off, and there you go. It's fine.
It is.
We can tell.
Yeah.
If you've got it or if you don't.
Right.
So,
if you mess up, don't melt down and go into the fetal position and start crying on the audition floor. Don't do it. Because the auditions are much like live theater in general. Nothing's going to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect performance. And we don't care necessarily about how much you mess up. I think it's safe to say that we care about how you recover from it.
For sure. And don't ask to sing your song again.
Don't.
It's good.
Just don't.
We've got it. And if we need to hear you again, we'll ask you to sing it.
Yeah.
So after the initial audition, of course, it's a waiting game, and I know it's not fun, and we try to make our decisions fairly quickly, and so we don't make you wait very long to find out if you're coming to callbacks. So when you come to callbacks, there are a few things that the reason why we have callbacks is we want to see what you can do. So we pick certain sides, whether it be a singing side, whether it be a line side from the script, whatever.
More dancing.
Or whatever it is. We just want to see what you can give. We don't expect you to be perfect, but we want to see how far you're willing to go with that character or with that range or whatever we pick. So there are certain reasons why we pick the sides that we do.
Precisely. And especially coming from a music standpoint, like she said, we don't expect you to be perfect, but we do want you to be prepared. I, as a music director, want you to be prepared. Don't come into the callback looking at all this stuff for the very first time. We upload it with a couple of days' notice. Get on there, look at it, practice the different parts, practice the different harmonies, and just be prepared. I don't know how else to say that.
I know.
I guess.
No, you don't have to memorize it, but definitely know it. That is definitely know it. I've been in auditions where I have sides and they're reading lines with somebody or giving a monologue or something like that. And the person will say, oh, I know this, I know this, I know this. I'd much rather have you just hold the paper and use your cheat sheet and look down if you need to. I'd much rather have it go much smoother than all of that. So don't try to memorize it. Just be confident and hold that script and you're going to be great.
Yeah, and we want it to go smooth for you too. It's not just for us. We want you to feel confident in your performance. And if that means holding your lines, then hold your dang lines.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to read them. I don't know. A big thing for me with callbacks is once you walk in the door, everything that you do from that point on, we are watching you. You are in an official callback audition. We're watching to see how well you take instruction, even though, Lisa gives very little instruction in callbacks because we do want you to be as authentic as possible and show what you can bring to the table. But when you're working with directors, when you're walking across the stage, when you're learning another part of a dance, and if you start complaining about the choreography or if it's, I don't know,
You're always auditioning.
Always.
That's the bottom line.
Yes.
And we kind of watch how you interact with other people at the callback. And so just know, and it's not in a mean way, we're just trying to figure out the best dynamics for the show. And that's definitely part of it. And especially my directing style and what I want you to get out of a show is I always want my cast to leave knowing that they have a family and that we leave a show and we're still tight and we're still close and we still get together. And if you're not going to gel with that, then I may not want you for that part. So it really is, we're watching what you're doing, how you're interacting with people, how you talk to people, how you say hello to people, how you greet people, and then also your audition as well. Let's see. Oh, the other one thing that I forgot to say is how you look is important. It is important. Like when people show up in like shorts and a t-shirt and whatever. It's really
tank
not that
tops.
Tank tops. I've had tank tops. I had one
leggings.
person. I've had people show up with no shoes on before.
Oh, that was weird. I remember that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So just be mindful of how you look. You don't have to dress the part. I mean, if we're doing what? Anna, get your gun. Like, don't show up in a
cowboy hat. Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Don't dress the part. Just dress like you care.
Yeah, a dressy, casual appearance is always the best way to go. A simple shirt with a collar.
Yeah.
And then jeans are nice, as long as they don't have holes for days.
Yeah, so just dress and be mindful of what you look like. But overall, like, auditions are so much fun.
They are.
And I really try to have fun from start to finish. And even the auditions, I've had people leave the auditions saying, thank you so much, whether I make the show or not. This was a great experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I worked towards with my shows. So we hope that you all come out and join us at the Sandy Arts Guild because we'd love to have you in a show.
Yes, because we are the best directors.